Okay, so today is Mr. Rops, and we're going to deal with vectors and the algebra associated with them. To start off with, we're going to give point A, which is 2, -1, which is here, is A. And point B is -1, 3 is B. And I want to sketch position vectors OA. The origin always refers to O. And so if I want to do OA, I know vector OA is simply, this is the position vector. A position vector defines a point. Similarly, here is OB. It starts at O and it goes to B. And a position vector is what it defines a point. Okay, and so position vectors and points are really interchangeable. So I want to graph the displacement vector AB. So if I'm going to graph my displacement vector AB, well, that's going to be here in this direction, head to tail, or sorry, tail to head, AB. So what is vector BA? Well, vector BA is simply going to be this one, saying magnitude, but the exact opposite direction. Now it says to graph the position vector AB. Well, we're quite clear that this is vector AB here, okay? But because it's a vector, I could take vector AB, if I can take it, this is still vector AB, doesn't matter where it goes. And so if I take it and I want to make a position vector, in essence, I want to find that. I want to find the point or the position vector that defines this particular vector AB. So to find those coordinate points, well, that's going to be x is -3 and y is 2. So this is -3 is x and y is 4. So how do I calculate it though? Well, I can just do it by looking at it, but I can also, when we looked last time, we talked about going the tail, the b, subtract the a. So the 3 subtract -1 is for the y value, would be 4. And the x value would be -1 subtract 2 more. Because if I'm going to do, if I want vector AB, that's the same as going AO plus OB. But we know from adding vectors, this is the same as -OA plus OB. So I take OB, we know is the head minus the tail. That is why we go head minus tail all the time in finding the vector, the position vector of AB. And that's what this is. This is the position vector of AB. Calculate this sign here means the magnitude of AB. That means how long is that vector? Well, to find that, if we want to find out how long that vector is, well, notice that there is a triangle here. There's a right triangle. And because it's in position vector, I know it's a right triangle, so I go over x, which is 3 negative, and up 4. So I'm going to go Pythagorean Theorem. So if I want to find the magnitude of AB, I'm going to do, Pythagorean Theorem says -3 squared plus 4 squared, and that will give me AB squared. But if I just want AB, I'll do the square root. And if you do that, it is 5. And if I generalize, the magnitude is going to be, if I have vector A equal to xy, well, the magnitude of A is equal to the x squared plus y squared square root. And that's the magnitude of the vector. Okay, so magnitude defined. Now it says to sketch vector P, which is 6, -6, 8. So if I'm going to sketch P is -6, -6, 8, which is going to be here. Okay, so how are P and AB related? Well, I can see that here is AB. Here's 1. If I put it on top of here, it looks exactly twice it. And so vector p in AB, well, I know if I take negative 6, 8 is going to be equal to 2 of negative 3 4s. And so they are what we call scalar multiples of each other. Okay, so they go in the same direction, just different lengths, different magnitudes of them. That's called a scalar multiple. That's how are they related? They are scalar multiples. So if I want to find the midpoint of segment AB, we have to go back to segment AB. We have to remember that this is A and this is B. So the midpoint is in the middle. And the midpoint formula takes x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. And we just take our coordinates. We go back to the original coordinates and we add them and divide by 2. So 2 plus a negative 1 is 1 over 2. And then negative 1 plus 3 is 2 over 2. And so I know it's 0.5 comma 1 is the midpoint, which I would believe that to be true if I would draw it accurately. Okay, so we have midpoint, we have scalar multiples, magnitude, and position vectors.